Hi wrestling fans, thanks for clicking on the Dreaded D-Rose Report. Here I sit again, telling you some news, some things, and here's one of my opinions. Here's my biggest bitch that went on again with TNA last night. I don't know if it disturbs you, but it makes me mad that throughout the whole first part of the show, leading up to the match, Eric Young, Kevin Nash taking on Six-Pac, Scott Hall, outside in the parking lot, whatever you want to call it. Here's the big hype. They got promos, they got just everything to get you to, oh man, I can't wait to see that match. Didn't even, it wasn't no bell ringing or anything. It didn't even last 2 minutes. Not even two. Oh, it pissed me off. And the first thing, Nash didn't do anything when the first time we seen Nash, when he was laying on the ground. He got hit in the leg with a pipe from Hall, but didn't see it. He was just laying there. And then that was it. They were gone. Pisses me. The worst thing about, I mean the best thing, that's the worst thing, but the best thing about the whole thing is seeing Flair going off. I don't know how he gets his face so red. Blood pressure going nuts, but he's always funny. I like Flair, but well, I don't know who come up with, oh, let's don't even give him two minutes. Now my face is red. I don't know what to do. WWE announced, now here's a little bit of breaking news, Shane Hurricane Helms and Paul Burchill had been released. They said Shane Helms' most recent WWE run began back in 2008. Since then, he served both as backstage interviewer, wrestler, and performer as Shane Helms, as well as Hurricane. He, of course, was arrested with Jericho late for Jericho, and I think it was public intoxication is all it was. Paid a fine, that was it. Anyway, he was part of the ECW brand when it folded, but Paul Burchill has been with WWE since 2005 and was also part of the ECW brand. Therefore, there was talk he'd be moving to Raw, but they said on their WWE website, both men, we wish them the best in future endeavors. Or the change of channel, which is probably what happened. By the way, WWE's stock, price stock has been flirting with a 52-week high, peaking at $17.08 on Friday morning, just shy of $17.10, the high. Anyway, stock price has been up a whopping 89% from where it was a year ago. Somebody's happy. WWE stock, I guess that was all there was about the stock. Like I said, it just up 89%. Hall of Famer Jim Ross posted a blog this week on his barbecue website talking about his health and future plans in wrestling. Ross wrote, nothing is finalized, but the potential plans is in the work. Hope to attend WrestleMania 26. I'm sure they'll bring him out. If he's not announcing, they'll have him up in the ring. Okay, here's the following is going to be taking place on tonight's WWE SmackDown. We're going to have the Money in the Bank qualifying match with Dolph Ziggler versus John Morrison versus R-Truth. Women's title match, Mickie James taking on Michelle McCool. Money in the Bank qualifying match again is going to be Kane versus Drew McIntyre. Do we know who's going to win that match? Whew, pushing Drew big time. Money in the Bank qualifying match also is going to be Shelton Benjamin taking on CM Punk. Main event, Edge versus Miz. Also, there's going to be an appearance by Jericho, Big Show, and more. Of course, they're going to be doing that microphone routine. By the way, Shawn Michaels, this is kind of odd, and his wife Rebecca will be appearing this coming Saturday, February 27th at Cabela's in Fort Worth, Texas from 12 o'clock till 2. Around there, that'd be a good chance to see what his wife looks like up close. She's fine shape. WWE diva Michelle McCool wrote the following on her Twitter account. Diagnosis is bronchitis. Side effect, no sleep. Says, I'm begging for the sleep fairy to whack me in the head real hard, real soon, please. Michelle, at least you didn't get burnt like your boyfriend did. WWE superstar Shad Gaspar wrote on his Twitter account that MMA fighter Bob Sapp ended up with a roll of AFA, the UKAFA. Anyway, it's a Conan remake, I guess. It's the same role that Shad recently tried out for, and TNA star Ken Anderson also tried out for it. Shane Helms wrote on his Twitter account, report about Drew McIntyre's nickname backstage. BTW says, I gave him the nickname Avatar because he's tall, lanky, and not because of who he's dating. Although, that's funny too, he says, just clarifying it. Celebrating Hulk Hogan's Foo Fest, the Fu Manchu, if you heard of me on yesterday's report. This weekend, Dixie Carter wrote on her Twitter account that 30 TNA staffers wore Fu Manchu at the meeting yesterday, I guess. Dixie said she wore one out to the dinner and said that the president of TNA, with the president of TNA Trading Card Company. Well, ain't she just into all this? TNA's Ken Anderson wrote on his Twitter, apparently nobody, I don't know, that Mickey Rourke beat him out of the role for the new remake of Conan. This is the same movie that WWE, well, I just talked about Shad Gaspar tried out for and the MMA fighter Bob Sapp has a role in it. Hernandez and Matt Morgan versus Beer Money for the TNA tag titles, and Doug Williams taking on Kaz for X Division title match has been announced for Destination X pay-per-view on March 21st so far. White Sox manager Ozzie Gillum wrote on his Twitter, I don't write anything on mine, I don't have one, is that he's looking for tickets to go to WrestleMania 26, he said, and I wrote how they're way too expensive. And in response, he wrote that on his Twitter account, and in response to the tweet, Ring of Honor sent him a message offering him tickets to their show during WrestleMania weekend in Phoenix on March 26th and 27th. Didn't say they charged him anything. Wrestling Observer newsletter says it's said that Sting's name has been mentioned hasn't been mentioned too often these days by TNA officials. It will be interesting to see if he's at the March 8th live Impact show, and the show is, that's, of course, if you've seen last night, Flair is going to be wrestling, coming out of retirement to take on, in a tag match with AJ, taking on Hogan, and I don't know. I don't like seeing, Flair coming out of retirement. I just think he'd be just a great manager. I'll leave him with that. Because that's most of the entertaining part about it. We all know what he's going to do when he fights in the ring. But anyway, the show being all considered all hands-on-deck type show, that could indicate that Hogan and Bischoff's going to be giving Sting a call to get him to not miss that opening pay-per-view, because they want everybody jammed on to that first show for the war. They want to start this war, I don't know. It said that things backstage were different at the most recent Impact tapings than before. Word is that Hulk and Eric Bischoff's been seemingly more comfortable and more humble. Some believe that the change in attitude may have something to do with Dixie, as she is insistent on keeping a positive workplace. In other words, you want everybody cute and clever. February 5th's episode of Friday Night SmackDown scored at 1.8. It's the lowest number in a while, and the show drew a 3.1 million viewers, though. I'm looking at my time. I think I got another minute. Trish Stratus, she's featured on a new cover of Top Choice magazine, which I thought was a coffee thing. But anyway, Trish's yoga video won a Best New Business of 2009. Paul Bear, which we haven't heard hardly anything from in a long time, noted on, hell, he's even got a Twitter account. What's the matter with me? Anyway, on his Twitter, he said he's doing some work on the new Raw vs. SmackDown 2011 video game, which be released this fall, which, hell, I just thought the 2010 just came out. What else have I got? Anything quick? William Regal's now officially a member of a Raw roster. And, yeah, I only got 20 seconds left. So, hey, thanks for clicking, and I'll probably see you tomorrow if you click me again. Thanks. I gotta go.